Hello and welcome to episode 3 that I'm calling So What the Hell Is It? So I think I left it where I had an appointment with Dr. DiViana. So last Tuesday we saw him. So Derek and I packed up the car to go 15 minutes from home with our AI generated questions, because as you know, that is the way I like to do it with ChatGPT to make sure I've got all the questions I need, and went to see Dr. DiViana. He was awesome. I think one of the most important things is that you actually get on with your doctor. He was very calm, very matter of fact, which I loved. He did an ultrasound in the room whilst we were both there, just to have another look at it. And so now he could tell me a little bit more about it. So basically what I've got is a 14 millimeter lump in my right breast and one of a similar size in one of my lymph nodes. So he basically said that it was is called an invasive ductal carcinoma, which seems to be the most common type of breast cancer there is. So you may even know other people who've had this. He did say though it was what they call a grade 3, which means it's a faster growing cancer, which might be the reason why it wasn't there in my mammogram in February. Funnily enough, because I was referred to a surgeon first, I thought, oh yeah, so what they're going to do is they're just going to cut it out. But basically he said no. What needs to happen first is that I need to have chemo to shrink it. So they'll never do surgery without doing the chemo first. So he was going to then refer me to an oncologist. I said to him, so how long is chemo going to be? At that stage, he thought 3 to 6 months, but they'd have a look. He would put a portacath in, for the chemo. So it's a permanent thing that sits just in my left, sort of around the collarbone, then the chemo goes into, just so that they don't destroy all the veins in your arm with chemo, which is great because I've got really small veins and they're flat out getting anything even in a blood test. So that's good. And he booked me straight away in for that on the 3rd of November. He then said, I'm going to send you through to get another mammogram, an MRI and a PET scan. Basically, again, everybody just jumped into action and I got booked in for all 3 of them the very next day. So that was awesome as well because I didn't sort of have to wait around. The oncologist he referred to me to is a guy by the name of Dr. Michael Slankar. So he was on holidays, but his team was going to then try and get me in for the next week. So this was the Tuesday. And so, as I said, yeah, everything just really kicked off from there. So I went in on the Wednesday then and had the mammogram, the MRI and the PET scan. I'd never had a PET scan before. That was quite interesting because you basically sit in a recliner chair for an hour whilst they put dye into your system, and you sit there for an hour watching Netflix or TV. They've got a TV in there, and then they put you into a machine that's quite similar to an MRI. So that was good. Oh, the other thing that Dr. DiViana gave me was a bit of an overview of where everything is and how it all sort of came together as well. So that was interesting, something to take home and read about, because there's 3 types of things they look for. Estrogen receptors, which I was negative to, progesterone receptors, which I had a weak position on, and the HERZ, which I'm unsure what that is, receptor was a pending thing. So I'll know more about that once I see the oncologist. But the tests were fine. Probably the only one I'm a little bit worried about is the PET scan, because you just don't know whether or not it's spread anywhere else in the body. But again, I was feeling good after all of that. And then I got a call on the Friday from Dr. Slankar's team, and they basically booked me in for the next Tuesday. So again, everything happening quickly, still feeling good about it. What then needed to happen after that was that now that I had more information, it meant I then had to start telling people. And that was probably the thing I was most concerned about. Obviously, the first person I rang was Susan, my sister, and told her about it. Obviously, it's not a conversation or a phone call you want to make to your little sister to say, hey, I've got this lump in my breast which is cancerous, but she's a step into action type of person as well. So, she was really good. And then we came up with our plan to tell our parents, because I was worried, when your parents are in their 80s, no matter how young, an 80-year-old they are, there can be, from that generation, more concern and worry because I think, they've lost friends over the years, but technology and the treatments have all changed. So as I said, I was really positive about it. So I rang mum and dad and let them know, and they were really good. I think because I was so positive, made them a bit less, sort of upset about it, but I know they are, and that, they obviously are ready to support me. They're coming down at Christmas, which is something then obviously I've got to look forward to as well. So all good so far. Next episode, I will update everybody on the oncologist visit. Thanks.